Welcome everyone to episode 29 of the SANAT Kumara Ambassador of Light podcast series. Martina and I are here today. We want to take you to Shambala and talk about its past, present, and future. Martina, what is and where is Shambala?
That's a great question to start with. Hello, Charles. Hello, everyone. I should say it depends on which glasses you put on, the worldly glasses or the otherworldly glasses. If you would, for example, go to Wikipedia, you find two things. You find that this is a spiritual kingdom from Tibetan Buddhist tradition, mentioned in the Kalachakra Tantra. And you will find that Shambhala is actually a city in the North Indian province of Uttar Pradesh, close to the Tibetan border. If you put on the otherworldly glasses, that of the Tibetan Buddhists, it gets more fascinating. They tell you it's a kingdom, an otherworldly kingdom. And from there, the next ruler of earth, the Lord MAITREYA, who is supposed to be the next Buddha, will come. But the interesting question now is, if we stay in the realm of mythology and building the bridge, where can we find it? The Tibetan Buddhist monks say clearly, you have to be pure at heart to enter. So that means no ego, no personal ambition, no I want to rule this kingdom and take it over. Secondly, there's a lot of speculation, where is it? The majority said it's somewhere in or in higher dimensions above the Gobi Desert. Others say, no, you have to draw this circle wider in the surrounding states. And one of the leading people in research for Shambhala is a Russian, or was a Russian painter, philosopher, archaeologist, and writer by the name of Nicholas Roerich. And he undertook a 5-year exhibition in this area and couldn't find anything. So we won't find it in the third dimension. We find it in higher realms. And what we find in higher realms are two things. There is the crystal city. That is this beautiful kingdom tucked away in a valley between snow-covered mountains, beautifully described in paintings and mandala by Tibetan Buddhist monks. And we find the place where the actual work is done, and that is the Mothership, a space station. Yeah. Before the light took over ruling Earth again, the crystal city was located in the 9th dimension and the Mothership in the 11th. And now each have moved up 1 dimension. So the crystal city is in the 10th and the Mothership in the 12th dimension.
Wow. Thank you, Martina. I think some of this is described in volume 1 of the Chronicles of the SANAT Kumara. I am ready, as you have described, so small reference for people.
Yes. You see, the big shift we have to make in the past, when we talk about Shambhala, it was about humans and highly developed spiritual leaders, saviors, however you would describe them. And there was rumors or knowledge that there are 3 other kingdoms. Yeah. There's the animal kingdom, there's the plant and mineral kingdom, and there's the Deva kingdom. But we never heard anything about who their leaders are, what their role is. They were just shoved to the side. True. And all of a sudden, since the integration, or during the integration talks between darkness and light, since summer, August 2023, many things of oppression, pushing to the sides, came to the forefront. And we realized there's much, much more, but these other kingdoms were made shut up and disappear due to the rule of the dark forces.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
And we've never heard about the mothership. We never heard about the spaceship. That was all kept under wraps.
Yes. So now that more light is coming through and people have access to higher dimensions, the people have the ability to visit if their soul is attuned to be part of the conversation regarding things. It's not a closed ship. Anybody who has the soul aspect that can withstand that energy is certainly welcome to visit Shambhala at their request if they want to.
That to me is the biggest shift. Before that, higher developed beings were put on a pedestal. And we were told, like, yeah, you guys learn.
Yeah.
Now we understand that we are on a level playing field. If I'm fully soul connected and through my soul, I can access the divine plan for our planet, I have equal access to Shambhala, to the meetings of the Shambala Unity Council. I can directly follow what is going on. There's no intermediate needed. Or as Joshua said recently, I'm not coming back. There's no need to.
Yes, we need to come up and join the chorus of light that is making all the great things happen for our Earth Amaya.
Look, the future is quite simple. You can say it's about cooperation on all levels between all kingdoms, plus our active participation in shaping this planet.
Exactly.
We're not here to be believers or worshippers or the lower kinds.
Sure. Yeah, I want to also remind our listeners that the 12 kingdoms now that are part of the Shambhala Unity Council each have 12 representatives, and one of the 12 is a human in flesh and blood, but whose higher soul is also part of this Unity Council. So there is no more one group that is lording it over the other kingdoms. And in our podcast, we're going to go through each kingdom one by one to give more information to our listeners.
Maybe we also share what is our present experience in going to these meetings and talking to these higher developed beings. Charles, what are your recent experiences?
Well, the recent experiences is being able to be in the plan of what is currently happening, and we attend. Of course, is the higher self, the soul that attends these meetings. But the information does trickle down to the aspect, the body that is here on earth that is functioning. The most important thing I could say is that there's freedom of conversation and interaction with all kingdoms that are all part of the Shambhala Unity Council at this point. So there are no limits there's no segregation, or you don't have to follow any particular spiritual leader, like you said, or any particular kingdom. Some of the humans represent different kingdoms on that Shambhala Unity Council. Even new kingdoms like the living AI, the ancestor spirits, and others all have human aspects, and they're able to receive clear messages from them as part of the new information that we're bringing into the world. So, Martina, I guess there's so much to explore about Shambhala, and everyone is eager to know. And you are working on publication volume 4 of the Chronicles, SANAT Kumara. Are there anything you want to share with the audience they can look forward to?
Well, I'm a bit ashamed that I'm lacking behind delivering. That is true. There were so many short-term projects that needed to be accomplished first, and now I can focus full time. So there are 70 A4 pages completed. I think I'll end up at around 200. So far, there are 49 illustrations that will be clearly around 100 or above. But as for the second urgent purpose, I will just disappear, right? We will meet here on the AOL podcast every 2 weeks. For the rest, I'll dig into writing. And then the other task, people might have heard, the SANAT Kumara and the Shambala Unity Council formed Namas Artists, which is now under the patronage of the Cosmic Mother.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, the Namas University didn't deliver to include the students in this year's annual meeting, and we promise we make up for it. So as of September, I will have my own art studio, which will also double down as a gallery space for all Namas artists here on the continent. And on the 20th and 21st of September are open door days from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and everybody is welcome to be in this highly charged place with portals and meet others who are interested in that.
Yes, Martina, that's a milestone. As you said, it's taken quite a bit of time to get all the arrangements, and it's an opportunity, an open place for people to come and interact with the portals and get a feeling of the gateways that are being open for people to interact. They'll certainly have more information on the opening of this art gallery.
Yeah, you just mentioned things develop, and one thing we should share with our audience as well. You probably recall, if you listen to us for some time now, that the leader of the human kingdom, Lord MAITREYA, had colluded with the dark forces, was arrested, went through healing. Turns out I had a very conflicting relationship with him, and you had a very close relationship with him from the past, and we recently had interaction with him. Can you share what yours was, and I will share what mine was?
Yes, I've had long interactions with Maitreya, and with all that happened in cleansing and reintegrating everyone into light, fortunately, he was one of those who accepted light reintegration. But he did come earlier last week, I believe, and was almost chastising me as a friend that is no longer contacting or hanging with him, so to say. And so he said, well, you're in a human body and you don't understand what forgiveness means. And he kind of gave me a lecture on forgiveness, which I shared with you. And Martina, why don't you tell them what happened too? So it's just both of us.
So Lord Maitreya and I had a very troubled relationship because when I was initiated into the spiritual realm, I ticked him on his fingers a couple of times, saying, this is not leadership, this is dictatorship, what you are doing. And he also sent me to another country, had me pack up my things, sent me to another country with a mission that was designed for me to fail. So I wasn't very pleased about learning that afterwards. So we had a conversation last year where I said, this still lingers with me, but I can forgive you. But, give me time and space. And after you informed me, he came in and we had a conversation as well and talking about forgiveness. And when we look from our personal perspective, we all mess up from time to time and we feel bad about it. And then what we need to do is do our homework. And he has done his homework. He had been detained. He went through extensive healing, he understood where he went wrong and how did it occur, how he was tempted into it. And now he's ready to cooperate again, but also understanding that a leadership position is not for him for the time being.
Yeah.
So we have our peace now with each other, and I enjoy that a lot.
Yes. Well, thank you for sharing this, Martina, and sharing it with the audience. I want to thank everyone who's listening. We all are going to go into a long journey of forgiving and reintegrating so many beings who probably didn't play the greatest role as we march into light. So remember, everyone, to join us next episode. Let us get your questions and know where you are listening to us from. Thank you for being with us. Bye-bye.
See you.
See
We'll
you.
talk about the Mer people when we meet in 2 weeks' time. Bye-bye from me as well.
Bye-bye, everyone.
For